I'm just going to go and get a drink. I'll be 2 seconds.
Alright, should we take the Rebels again? Gonna put damage on for this one. We're going big. We're going simulation damage. Get ready for carnage.
Oh god, there's carnage there.
I'm back.
Oh, I didn't even know you'd gone. I've just been talking to myself.
Oh.
That'll be interesting on the listen back. Right, P13, your poll again.
Again. I'm not going to rub it in too much.
No, you could do with you holding everyone up at some point if needs must.
I'll do that in the castle section, lap 1.
So have you found this series helpful for yourself?
Definitely, yeah. That's one of the big reasons why I do it. I mean, because I don't reach the biggest audience a lot of the time. Some of the recent videos have done pretty well locally, and I always find that the people who I'm talking to find it really, really good for them as well. But I know for a fact that even if I'm not able to reach too many people, I'm at least helping myself and helping myself kind of improve as a person, become more confident, relate to people. It definitely helps know that I'm not so alone in my feelings, really.
Yeah. Well, it's good that it's had, because obviously you said that, you know, that was the aim starting out, but if that's how it's transpired, then it's been a really successful series. Interesting you said there about, you know, people that you've been speaking to have found it very helpful, because it is, I would say, I would absolutely go along with that, because although I've kind of, you know, I have been taking steps to care more about my mental health in the last few years,
Yeah.
I've never vocalised it like I have done in the last hour.
Yeah.
You know, I've never openly spoken about, you know, actually, I do struggle a bit with confidence, even though it probably doesn't come across, and actually, I do struggle with a bit of productivity issues where I can't stand to not be productive enough to feel like I'm failing if I'm not absolutely using my time to the maximum all the time to get better at X, Y, Z. And it does actually feel really good to... Oh my word, are you at the castle section?
I am.
Did you just stop at the castle section?
I might have done. That was our team
You may have
strategy.
just-
Were you not in the briefing?
It worked very well.
That's good.
Well, it would have done it. We have a problem.
Okay. What have you done?
Right.
Oh, all that hard work.
Right, we may have to do another race. So what happened there was, when you stopped everyone, I may have hit the guy in front of me ever so slightly, and as a result lost a bit of front wing, and then I forgot that I'd lost a bit of front wing when it came to doing the next corner, and into the barrier.
I didn't realise you put damage on.
Oh my word, you're getting absolutely gazumped into the first corner. How many coming past you?
I forgot to turn my ear out. Wait a second. Oh, no, I've lost my front wing.
This is actually great. I'll watch you. This is fun. So yes, I would say, even though I said at the start that I've had thoughts about looking after myself, and I think it's important that everyone does so. I don't think enough of that goes on still. Vocalising it in this last hour has been very enlightening.
That's
Very
good.
interesting.
I'm glad to feel that way.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're back up to P2. Charles Leclerc's done a runner.
Charles Leclerc. He's my favourite driver on the grid at the moment.
Interesting.
I've gone a bit deep. Oh dear.
I still have beef with how highly rated Germany from last season is, and not
Yeah.
it run race of the decade when Canada 2011 happened.
I
It's
know.
like, come on.
That was a scandal.
Canada
wasn't it?
2011 is the best race ever to happen.
I saw you tweeting about that.
Oh, I was fuming.
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
I was fuming. Honestly, I couldn't. I had to make a video about it. I was so angry.
I've got a bit of an interesting story about Canada 2011,
Go on.
which kind of relates to mental health. It's hard to put a number on like how many periods of depression I've had in my life, but the first time it properly started to take hold, I was about 13, and it was around 2010 or so, and I had a really tough time where I was off school for about a year or so, and I was practically, closing myself off from other people, and I was really shutting them out. And at the time, they weren't sure what it was, and I got admitted to hospital eventually. And the day I got admitted was the day after Canada 2011, and I can remember watching it on the sofa. And JB's always been my favourite driver growing up because my mum got me into F1, and she always supported JB. And watching that race at the time and seeing what he went through, I mean, it's a very good metaphor for not giving up on your struggles, full stop. But I remember watching it and just, willing him on and hoping that he'd win. And the way he did it on the last lap was just, I mean, I like to think that it really kind of helped me out in that situation.
Well, I'm sure it did.
There's a lot about that time I don't remember so much, partially because it's so long ago, and partially because I was so closed off, and I was hardly talking to people. That's how bad it got. And yeah,
I think you're absolutely right, but it's big incidents like that's why sport's so important. That's why it's so great, because it just connects people and makes people feel so great and then positive and happy, even in really dark moments like the ones you described.
Yeah, definitely.
But I remember, it was amazing, and even more amazing that it helped you out in what was such a tough time. You said though that from the age of 13, that's tough. That's really young.
I think at the time, it was hard knowing what it was, and I didn't realise it was depression for sure. And Hamilton has just absolutely taken my front wing off for no cause there.
It's the greatest segue in the history of YouTube.
But yeah, I mean, looking back now, I mean, when I went to hospital,
what stage did it become clear? Yeah, when was it diagnosed?
I mean, only recently, only in the last few years, because I went through another bigger period of depression when I was at university because I wasn't enjoying it so much. And caution, by the way, I'm going to hold people up at the castle.
Okay.
There you go. I hope that helps.
You're a hero.
It's the team strategy for Red Bull. But,
we're gonna get in trouble like Renault did in 2008 if we're not careful.
Yeah, I mean, I went through a period of depression again, and
right,
it was only. What have you done? What have you done?
It's all right. You carry on. I just had a stinker. That's all. He just broke. I wasn't expecting him to, and then I went straight to the back of it. Simulation damage was a terrible idea. Anyway.
All right. So yeah, it was only until that period of depression recently that I really realised that it was depression. That's what I was going through, because when I was 13, they were treating me for chronic fatigue, and they thought it was that kind of thing. I think they kind of assumed that there'd be mental health relations to it, but they never properly treated me for it, which is a bit
that's interesting,
a bit difficult. So yeah.
Do you think that the recent conversations have helped those kind of diagnoses? I don't know if that's the right word, but you know what I mean. That kind of angle be looked at by doctors.
Yeah, I think they must have. I mean, it's hard to know, but I can only hope that things have gotten better in hospitals and things, and that they understand it a bit more. I mean, recent conversations with people. I mean, I had counselling sessions as well, which took a really long time to get, but once I did manage to get them, they were worth it, and they helped a lot. And I think once you're able to objectify and understand that this is something that you're going through, and say, right, I've got depression, I know how to treat myself for depression a bit better, and I can work on that and be aware of it and understand that this is, there's a way forward to deal with it. Once you can do that, I think everything kind of falls into place a bit better and gets a bit easier.
And would you say with all of that considered, do you think that you're in a much better place now than you have been for a long time, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you still have bad days, that kind of thing?
I definitely still have bad days. I mean, it's kind of been tough recently, with
Yeah.
the quarantine.
Yeah, I can totally empathise with that.
Definitely days where I feel a lot more downbeat and struggle to do basic things. But at the same time, I've got this kind of inner belief and kind of I feel stronger now that I've been through stuff and I've understood what it was, and I've got experience of going through it and coming out the other side, and I think that always helps.
Yeah, that
And,
understanding's a really interesting point. But the talk about the current situation and its impact is very relevant, because I would say it's had a significant hit on a lot of people, and I'm certainly not immune from that. My day job is quite freelancy, and I've lost almost all of my work over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Hence my more YouTube consistency. Not by any means the worst hit at all.
No.
But I have been hit significantly in terms of a loss of work and that sort of thing. And it has been it's been a tough time. So I suppose in that context, it's a very apt time to be having these kind of conversations. But the thing that's helped me in that regard over the last few weeks and probably months, I suppose, is that you're absolutely not alone. Like, the whole nation is going through a similar thing, and everyone obviously has their own individual little things that have not come off, or things that they've missed out on, or heaven forbid, loved ones that they've lost. But everyone's having a real tough time of it, and I've found a certain amount of reassurance in that over the last few months, to think, well, it's tough and I've lost a lot of work and that's cost me a lot of money, but we're all in this together and we'll all get through it, and everyone's lives are on hold a bit at the moment, and everyone's kind of doesn't really know where the end of the tunnel is, but it'll be there. It's an interesting time, and as I said, it makes it a very apt time to be having this kind of conversation, because I suspect there'll be lots and lots of people watching this, thinking the same, thinking these last few months have been difficult. The knowing that it's a tough time for everyone, and no one really knows what's going on, and everyone's kind of hit stall on their lives, has kind of helped me deal with the fact that deal with the personal grievances that I've had to deal with over the last few months, which, as I say, has predominantly been around losing work, and therefore thinking, how am I going to pay the bills this month?
I think all of us will definitely come out the other side stronger, though. I think.
Yeah, and I
even
think,
if we don't always realise.
To be honest, I think that there are some positives that will come from it. I think the world has just been allowed to take a breather to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Well, it's not been allowed; it's been forced to take a breather, and I think there will be good things to come from that. I think there will be, perhaps more emphasis on seeing your family, more appreciation for those family members that you perhaps just took for granted, and didn't bother going to see one weekend because you thought, well, can't be bothered with that, or whatever it may be. I'm as guilty of it as the next man, thinking, my cousins are around, can't be bothered. Well, how I would yearn to be able to go and have some time with them now, and sit in the garden and have a coffee or whatever it may be. And so, when this is all past, absolutely that is going to have its lasting impact, and that will be a positive lasting impact. People just taking a bit more time and a bit more care for those that matter, and enjoying perhaps the more simple things in life, like a good old-fashioned 5-lap race in Monza.
A virtual 5-lap race.
Sorry, yes, good old-fashioned virtual 5-lap race in Monza, where Perez has just been taken to the cleaners, and you're getting involved now. Hello.
Perez is taking you back to the cleaners and asking for a refund.
They're recommending a box. I don't
Box.
need to box, I'm fine.
Oh, what's
That's some very
Perez?
risky behaviour from you there. Oh my word, I've nearly smashed into you. Oh my dearie me. Oh,
It's
there's
like
a bit
Ricardo
of
and Verstappen.
carbon fibre there.
That was mine.
Oh, I've totally
Oh.
got that wrong. Well, you were very kind to me there. I completely messed my braking zone. Oh, I'm going to need to get rid of ERS now.
I saw you coming. Better
Well.
than Albon saw Hamilton in Brazil.
Yes, well, that's... Well, you didn't see him. That's the long and short of it, I suppose. It's the cut and dry. Oh, I'm so just going to get gobbled up here. No chance.
I don't have very much front wing left.
No, neither do I. I'm struggling a bit with aerodynamics. But never mind. Oh my word, who's this now? Ricardo.
Ricardo getting involved.
We've got a nice cheeky slipstream.
Grosjean's
Oh my
coming
word,
on the
someone's
outside.
gone flying down my inside there. Grosjean! I should have known. Should have known it would be him.
The potential risk taker.
He's going around my outside, which I'm not sure is particularly wise.
Oh,
This
looking a bit wobbly.
This has been a fantastic race.
This is what happens if you get the lead car to hold up the pack for a lap or so.
This has been, yeah, it's been great. Oh no, I've gone wide.
Oh,
Oh no, I've been collected. I'm out. I'm out.
Oh,
It's
goodness
fine. You
me.
drive on. It's all right. I'll spectate. We can still
All
talk.
right. There's a bit of shenanigans going on behind me. We've got
Indeed.
4 cars.
I'll spectate you. Right, you've
Batman
got to
form
weave
station.
your way through. Come on. I'm talking
Alright.
P4.
P4 with no front wing.
Well, that might be asking a lot because of how far ahead they are. We'll say P. Oh, you've had them. Oh no, you've just had them all. You've got to have at least Grosjean into
We'll get
the
Grosjean.
first chicane. Oh, he's going to have him over the start-finish straight. It's not even close.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. The parabolica is all that remains. There we are. Well, that was, from my perspective, a rather unsuccessful spree of races.
Well, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Thank you very much for your time, Scott. It's been great to chat to you in person.
Well, thank you very much. I've thoroughly enjoyed coming on. I've found it actually really, really helpful in ways that I didn't expect to vocalise things that I have been talking about, but to speak to someone about them and be open about them and talk about something that, as I've said a few times, is so important to talk about has been really great. So I want to say thank you for having me on and giving me the opportunity to come and do this. You know, I've never had an approach like this, and I thought it's really great, and I think what you're doing is really great as well. So keep up your good work. Thank you ever so much again for having me on, and promise me to stay in touch.
I will do. Thank you so much, because that really means a lot to me that you've enjoyed it and that you believe in what I do. And I wanted to say as well that your videos, they were one of the first videos that inspired me to begin creating in the first place on YouTube. So you've got a brilliant way of always being able to make people laugh and always being able to spread joy amongst your community. So thank you very much. Keep doing what you're doing. I hope you take care of yourself. And yeah, thank you very much everyone for watching.
Brilliant. Thank you.